Hey, good morning. I see that I'm live. Just let me check in here with my team. Good morning, everyone. How are you? Happy Tuesday. Happy September 13th. Can you believe that it's September 13th? Amazing. Here we are we really are in the downhill of 2022. All right, good. All right, my team says we are live in both YouTube and Facebook, so I'm going to get started. Hey, good morning, Jen Cox. So good to see you here. So just giving some people some time to log on. If you're watching on YouTube, fantastic. If you're watching on Facebook, fantastic. But if you're on Facebook and you want us to see your name, which I would love to know who's here, please do give StreamYard permission to share your name with us on screen. Otherwise, it just says Facebook user, and we have no idea who's here. All right. So good morning. Good morning, Michelle Shriver. I loved your testimony, your video. We will share that just as soon as we can. I have to tell you, Michelle had some just tremendous results from the 30-30 challenge so far. We're only in week 2. And she sent us a beautiful video. The lighting was great. She looked great. You looked angelic, actually. And we will share that with everyone. It's just been, I have to tell you, my husband's moving his office. He's been in that office since 1991. Yes, we were dating before marriage, before kids. That's how long my husband's been in that office. And he's moving this weekend, this Friday and Saturday. And I moved my son into an apartment. We moved our son into an apartment last weekend at UCLA. I'm leaving this Friday for Oregon to move my daughter into an apartment in Oregon. And that's my son calling now, and I cannot take that call. Hold on. He's at the mechanic. Just give me all this, and I'm still doing my 30-30 challenge, ladies. Let me just tell him I can't talk. He's at the mechanic. I can't talk. All right, so sorry. And so sorry, he discombobulated me there. And the only reason I don't have my phone on. I have my kids and my husband set to the emergency so that they can ring through no matter what. So if you don't know about that little tip, you should if you have kids, if you have family. My phone is always on silent because I love the sound of silence. I don't have any notifications. My phone is on silent. And I only have 3 people on emergency, my husband, my son, and my daughter, and they can ring through. Okay. All right. So this is great. Kathy, thanks for welcoming everyone. All right. So here we are in week 2 of our 30-30 challenge. And the first thing I want to say before we dive in, and we're going to be together here just for about 30 minutes, I like to do this check-in to see how everyone's doing, is if you're here, and let's say that maybe you missed all last week. You had Labor Day, you had a life like mine, you had things going on, and this is your week 1. Welcome. And that's okay. It's okay if you are just getting started. It's okay if you've done it every single day. We love to hear that. But we also know that life happens. Life happens. And so don't beat yourself up if you missed a day, or even if you're just getting started this week. I'm just happy that you're here now. All right. That says a lot about you when you're here now. And I do want to say that the people who make a commitment, if you can make that commitment that, I can't do it every day, Joy, but I'm going to make a goal. I'm going to set a goal to do it 3 times this week. That's fine. But I want to share with you the women who are really committing to it, whatever commitment that is, are getting results. So we have one woman in the challenge, Michelle Shriver. I'll just share with you that it's her. She drives 2 hours a day minimum, 1 hour each way to work. It's a long commute, and she is a leader she has a leadership role in a very large, very busy, very fast-paced environment organization. Okay. And she's really committed to this challenge, and the results that she's getting are amazing. I know we've heard from some other people that the results are amazing. We've heard from Patricia and we've heard from Jen. My point is, when you commit, whatever that commitment is for you, you're going to see results. And I've got some more tips for you today too, but I also want to answer your questions. So if you're having any challenges, or you have a question about, I'm having trouble with the stillness, please put those in the chat. I want to answer those. If you're somehow having a challenge with the journal prompt, please check, let me know. Put something in the chat here. I want to help you. I'm here to help you this morning. And thirdly, I wanted to also find out, is anyone getting out for that last 8 to 10 minute walk? I want to share this success sheet, right? The success sheet. If you print this out, or you put it as a screensaver, or, put it by your computer, wherever you need to put it, tack it up in the bathroom, in the kitchen, wherever you spend time. If you follow along with this success sheet, it tells you everything to do, starting with, look, the night before, preparing the night before. This is really important. If you're having an issue with, gosh, Joy, I get up in the morning and I really have an intention to do it, but I just can't seem to get there. I can't get around to it. What that tells me is that maybe you're not doing that little 5 to 10 minute setup the night before. We want to go ahead and set up our space. I have a space that I just go to automatically in my home every morning. It's set up the night before. I don't have to think about it when I wake up, right? So I can just commit to the daily ritual right away. So that's something that you really want to think about is, am I not getting set up the night before? Your preparation is more than 50% of your success. So if you don't have this success sheet, please let Kathy know here in the chat, or you can email Kathy and she'll send it to you, because this is really, really important. And that's why I took the time to prepare it. It's like a little cheat sheet. It tells you exactly how to get the most out of this. The next thing that I want to talk about is this. Maybe you've struggled a little bit because you think about, well, I really need to spend time answering emails. I'm way behind on my emails. Can I tell you a little secret? We all are, and you're never going to catch up. That's the thing. You're never going to be done. You're never going to check everything off your to-do list. You're never going to do any of these things, and you're never going to finish everything. Okay. And so you might as well take care of yourself. Your most valuable asset, your most valuable asset is your mind, because how you think about things, how you approach things in your day will depend on your next level of greatness, your next level of success, your next big idea. Okay. I can promise you, I've been an entrepreneur for over 30 years, right? 30 years. I never had a great money-making idea while answering emails, while sitting in my office, while answering texts, or while being on social media. I have just never, ever had that. Okay. And so you must remember that taking this time is important. And it is in our times of stillness. It is in our times of journaling. It is in those times of when we allow ourselves to dig deeper into the well of our inner being, of our intuition, of our inner knowing, of who we truly are. It is in those moments that we determine what our personal next level of greatness is. It is in that moment. And so we have to give ourselves time to get into that place. And so I want to give you an example. I'm going to give you my own personal story, and then I'm going to tell you about what someone else shared with me this morning through our text messaging platform. By the way, those text messages you receive, they're written personally by me, and the only person who sees the replies, if you reply, is me. It's completely private. It's my own. My team does not even have access to this. So if there's something you want to share after your journal prompt, be assured that I'm the only one that's going to read it. But yesterday, so every morning, or every Monday morning at 7 a.m., our Align community, we have our own personal 30 minutes of Align Your Mind. I come on live with them on Zoom, and we spend 30 minutes together on an individual journal prompt that I choose to kick off the week. And I do it with them. I am a participant. I'm leading it, but I'm also a participant. So yesterday, oh, that's great. I want to put this up. That's nice. Welcome, Welcome, Dr. Salacio. Thank you. That's great. When I did the journal prompt yesterday that we had in our aligned community, all right, when I first read it, and by the way, the journal prompt was the same as what you did, okay, which was what is the one thing that I can do to power up my week for a higher contribution? What is the one thing I can do to power up my week for a higher contribution? All right. I just went to town on that. I started writing on that, and I thought, oh, this is easy. And I started writing about eating healthy, about and my, being my nutrition and my supplements, nutrition and supplements. Okay, I thought I knew, and of course I do need to do that, and I do that. I do eat clean. I do eat as healthy as possible. And again, progress, not perfection. Remember that, ladies, progress, not perfection. We're not looking for perfection here because it doesn't exist. Progress, not perfection. But I do eat clean, and I do take my wellness supplements every day. But as I kept writing, and that's why I have you write for 5 minutes, as I kept writing and I started pouring out, your intuition and your mind is like a well, and it has to be mined, and we have to start, clearing out, digging out all the stuff. Once I started writing, even though I was sure that was the answer, guess what I learned? I learned at about minute 3 or 4 that what I really, really needed was to come to terms with a decision I had made that I was not yet at peace with. Yes. But had I just stopped at the 2-minute mark, so it's nutrition and my supplements. That's it for me. Done. Oh, check the box. I'm done for the day. No. It was about a decision that I had made. It involves my family members, so I won't share what that is right now. But it was about a decision, and because I kept writing, I got to the deeper part of my well. Do you see that, ladies? I got to the deeper part of my well, and I realized that there was a rub there. I was not at peace with the decision I had made about something. And if you've got something that you're resisting, if you're not at peace with something, decisions you're making, things you're doing, relationships you're in, business decisions you've made, you are cheating yourself from your next level of greatness. You are cheating yourself from your next level of greatness. Everyone here, you and I, have another level of greatness that we cannot achieve until we start to release and let go. I heard from one of our community members who were in the challenge this morning about the prompt this morning. Forgiveness. Really struggled with the prompt. Okay, really struggled with the prompt because of forgiveness. Listen, forgiveness is one of the hardest things we will ever do. Oh, I love this, Patricia. Yes. Patricia, I'm going to answer that in just a minute. Forgiveness is one of the most difficult things that we will ever do. And here's why we hold on to it. And I want to share this lesson with you because it took me a long time to learn it, and I want you to learn it now. I don't want you to struggle with it the way I did. I used to hold on to not forgiving people because I thought it was helping me, because I was mad at them. You know what? That was hurting me. The person who needs to forgive, if you need to forgive someone, you should do it. And if you notice in the journal prompt, I put the word now. The operative word is now. Who the person I need to forgive now is, right? Why? I learned a long time ago that when you don't forgive someone, when you're holding on to that anger, what you're doing is you're drinking the poison, wishing someone else would be ill. I'm going to say that again. When you hold on to unforgiveness, when you won't forgive, you're drinking the poison every day because you're not forgiving, but you're wishing the person who hurt your feelings ill. Doesn't work, right? So when you forgive, when you begin that process of forgiveness of anyone or everyone, including yourself, you are going to be amazed at what's going to happen next to you. You're going to be amazed at the level of creativity, at the level of clarity, at the level of focus you're going to have in your life. Because you see, all those people you're mad at or angry with, it's right here, and it's taking up a valuable part of your brain, of your mind. And once you release that, it opens it up for so many amazing things. Okay? All right, I love this. Patricia, thank you. I want to read her question. I'm finding that when I'm writing my 3 priorities, there are too many. My daily list has been long. At the end of the day, only a couple got accomplished. Yes. Okay. So Patricia, I want to say that this is a challenging thing, especially for women, because we play so many roles in the world. We are leaders. We're community activists. We are significant others. We're mothers. We're sisters. We're doing so many things that the list gets long. The key to high value priorities. So really hear me out. We focus on this in our aligned community. You want to choose the 3 things on that list that are going to move the needle forward. What's going to move the needle forward in your business, in your health, in the relationships with the people that you love, those types of decisions. So let me give you an example. Here's what probably is not a high priority and should not be on that list of the top 3. Okay. It's not the laundry. It's not unloading the dishwasher. And it's not things that are just things that are there. Not to say that you shouldn't unload your dishwasher or do your laundry. You need clean clothes, but you know what I'm saying. You don't put that first. The other thing we focus on in our aligned community is this. Please listen to this, ladies. Listen closely. This is very important. We all have a burst of energy, a certain energy around us at certain times of the day. Your energy, your mental energy and well-being is not on will call. You cannot just sum it up any moment that you want it. I want you to all start noticing your energy. When do you have the most mental and most clarity, most energy? Those of you who know me well, I'm an early morning person. Boy, my mind is on fire at 5:30 a.m. It's like rapid fire. So I like to do all my high value priorities in the morning because that's when I think clearly. It's not as much in the afternoon, but when is yours? Start to notice when you have more energy mentally and you want to save that time and reserve that time and block that time, that beautiful time to work on those high value priorities when you can. Now, let's say that some of you may be in a corporate job and you may be working full time for someone else and your time is, on that job, doing that job for that other business. Think about, if you're really running another business or there's something you're committed to, think about spending a little time on a Saturday or a Sunday. If you do not have young kids at home, I have 2 children. I raised 2 kids. I know what Saturday and Sunday mornings are like. I know what the mornings are like Monday through Friday. I remember all of that. My kids are in college now, but I remember that. And so we just have to, we have to do that weaving process of thinking about when we can do it. Is this helpful? Okay? Here we go, Michelle. Thank you for the question. I'm still struggling with the prompt. I think it's me that I need to forgive. I couldn't bring myself to start writing, and I think that's why. Michelle, genius, beautiful, great work. I want to show that one. Forgiveness is one of the most difficult tasks or action steps that we can take in our lives. Okay, forgiveness is really, really hard. You know why? Because again, we don't want to let go of that anger. We feel like we're entitled to it, right, ladies? We're entitled to our anger. They hurt me. I hurt myself. I did something. Because Michelle, I've had to forgive myself so many times. And as a mother, this happens a lot. Okay, we feel guilty. We feel guilty when we're at work because we want to be with our families. And when we're with our families, we think we need to be, working. It's for us, it's always going to be this weaving, this alignment, okay, this alignment weave that we have to do, that what's most important for us at that time. And that's probably why you're struggling, Michelle. I have struggled with it for years, and forgiveness is a major trigger for us. Forgiveness is a major trigger as women, and another trigger for us is guilt. See, we're not built for guilt. We are not built for guilt. And here's the thing about guilt. Guilt will has the ability to create pain and illness. Yes, we can, you can develop pain and you don't even know why you're having pain in your arm or your knee or your back. And no one can really figure out what it is. Well, sometimes it's because all these triggers are creating this pressure in our bodies. I'm not a doctor. I've done tons of reading about it. I've read the research. So I want to say right now, I'm not a medical doctor, but Guilt will start to cause pain in our bodies, and it'll also start to cause, feelings of emotional, guilt, where we're not forgiving ourselves because we can't do everything we want to do for everyone around us. But the important thing is that when you practice these journal prompts, what's going to happen over the next 30 days is you're going to start to see a theme emerge. You're going to start to see themes emerge about you, about what's most important to you, what you're aligned with, so that you can find more joy. That is my legacy. This is it for me now at this stage of my life. Again, I've been an entrepreneur for over 30 years, and I've seen it all. And I'm here to obviously build my business, but I'm here really honestly at this stage of my life. I'm 62, and I'm still very young. I have plans to live to 100, maybe longer than 100. But my goal now is, I've scaled a lot of mountains financially. I've got different investments. We've made money. I've done all that, and I'm still doing it. But that's what's driving me really, is to help more women realize their alignment, realize their joy. That's what drives me now more than anything else. And so that's why I'm doing this. And I'm hoping that now that we're re-engaged in this second week, I know last week was tough with, the 4-day week and Labor Day, but this is a new week. So let's all jump on together and do this together. Let me read through a couple of comments. Oh, good, Patricia. I'm glad that these were great examples. Michelle, thanks that you were struggling. I think that'll help a lot of people. Yes, if you really journal for 5 minutes, you're going to see a turn in what comes out at about minute 3 or 4. And this is the good stuff. See, the good stuff is buried. So sorry, I've got my dog here. The good stuff is buried. Why is it buried? The good stuff is buried between below your to-do list. Your good stuff is buried below those triggers. See, that's why we do the journaling, is to remove the triggers, that forgiving, the guilt, the blame, fearing people are judging you, right? Remember the prompt I had last week or the other day about judgment? This is big for women. There's all kinds of things you probably would like to do, but you're fearful of judgment. Let me tell you something. I learned a long time ago, people are going to talk about you anyway, so you might as well go ahead and do exactly what you want to do. And that's the truth, ladies. And here's the person who won't talk about you, me, because I am here to see you scale to the next level of whatever it is you want to do. And you all have this greatness inside of you, and it has to be unearthed, but we have to peel back the layers. And you see the stillness and the journaling, that starts to peel back those layers to your next level of greatness. Is this making sense? I'd love to get some comments. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, Dr. Salasi, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Amazing how it only takes 3 minutes. Thank you so much, Patricia. That is so nice of you to say. And I want to share this comment. So nice. You see, I love this. Amazing how it only takes 3 minutes to get to the good stuff. Well, here's why. And that's the beauty of this. That's why I love it so much, because anybody can do it and it doesn't take that long. But ladies, really pat yourself on the back this morning. 99% of the population never does this. Can you believe this? That it only takes that amount of time, but yet most people aren't doing it. And I want to make sure I share with you something else before we run out of time. There are going to be people this month that are going to try to hold you back from doing this challenge. They don't mean it intentionally. It's not intentional that they are meaning to hold you back. But you see, they're going to start to see changes in you. So there are going to be certain people say, you don't have time for that. You come on, you got to get with it. You got too many things to do. Our children do that to us. Our team members can put pressure on us around things that we need to do, our families. And so what I want to share with you is people are going to maybe try to hold you back from doing this challenge, but don't let anybody hold you back on this challenge this month. You keep going, you keep committing. And again, I told you, if you have to miss a day, that's okay. Get up and do it the next day, because things are going to happen. Things are going to come up. And so, sorry, it's my son again, and I can't. I've got to let him know that I can't talk. He's at the mechanic. I'm so sorry. In any case, there are also going to be people in your life you have to realize, and they're going to be coming at you all day long. And there's more of those people than there are of us. People who are, they can't help themselves. They're just watching too much television, too much news, too much media, and they're a little bit negative. They're a little bit negative, and they can't help themselves. But so when you say something positive, like, wow, today I had such a breakthrough this morning. I decided to forgive myself for something that I've been holding on to and I didn't even realize it. Or I decided to forgive my cousin, for this, because they really hurt my feelings about a year ago at a family reunion that we were at. And I didn't even realize it. You're going to run into some people to say, well, not me. You know what? I'm not going to forgive my brother for doing that to me. You know what? That was really hard on me. You have to realize there are people like that. You've got to, this strengthening of your mind is just remember, they're not on the challenge. Don't buy what they're selling. You want to get people to buy what you're selling. Don't buy what they're selling. Don't buy that negativity. Do not go there. Stay with this challenge, stay positive, and be a blessing. Okay, be a blessing today for another person. And be sure to share with at least one other woman what you're doing. Let her know. And if she wants the journal prompts, we'll send them to her. We'll put her on the challenge, even though it's a week later. We've got to get this out to as many women as possible, because can you imagine a world where more women are getting up every day and practicing 5 minutes of stillness and 5 minutes of journaling, and maybe even taking an 8 minute walk, a silent walking meditation? I hope some of you are getting a chance to do that too. It's on your Align Your Mind success sheet. Let me tell you, this is the change that we need to see. Okay. This is the change you need to make. If you're struggling in your business, if it's not where it needs to be, and if you're struggling in maybe relationships that you're having, maybe you're struggling a little bit in some way with your health, whatever it is, this is the answer right here. This stillness and this journaling. This is going it's going to change you, and people are going to say, gosh, Patricia, Dr. Selassie, Michelle, Jen, what's happening with you? You seem different. Tell them what you're doing. Get more women involved in this process so they too can feel it. All right. Okay. So let's see, I want to answer Patricia's question. I'm struggling with the decision to let go of a part of my business that is not serving me anymore. I'm at a crossroads right now to reinvent or go in a new direction. Okay, good. So this is what you want to do. You want to really maybe even journal about that. Patricia, you might have a whole new journal prompt for you. If I decide to reinvent my business, I would journal about that, see what happens. If I go in a new direction in my business, what does that look like? Or maybe so just maybe create your own journal prompts for that. But this is really important, and keep focusing on it. Okay. Keep staying with it, focusing on it. See, the reason why this is coming up and you're questioning it all instead of just going with the flow is because you're peeling back those layers. You're doing such great work. So this was fantastic. Let me just go through here. So many great comments this morning. So glad everybody's here. Really beautiful. Thank you so much for the comments. So I'm going to let you have your day. Please get your success sheet out and read through it. It's going to help you improve even more. We've still got 3 more weeks. Now, next week, we're going to have to get back to you about when I can possibly come on and do a check-in. Next week, I'm going to be in Oregon, moving my daughter into her apartment. And then from Oregon, I'm traveling to Park City because I'm going to be doing a month of retreats there, mountain retreats with my clients. So we're trying to figure out next week. I'm not sure, but we'll keep you posted. But I will be sending out the texts, and you can always reach me. You can always reach Kathy on my team. But we'll definitely do the last 2 weeks. We'll definitely have lives, and we'll try to figure out something for next week too, because I want to check in and see how you're doing. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad you're on this journey. Remember, align your mind, find the joy, and last but not least, it's progress, not perfection. All right. So stay with me. Journal prompts coming, and do send me messages about your results. We are loving reading about your results. Okay. All right. Have a beautiful Tuesday. Stay aligned. Find the joy. Bye-bye.